Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of 5 Minute Gaming News, the show where I've lost my voice. Today in the news, the Metaverse. Not even Meta likes it. In an incredible article over on The Verge, a memo was sent to employees on the 15th of September from the VP of Metaverse, Vishal Shah, saying the team would remain in a quality lockdown for the rest of the year to ensure that we fix our quality gaps and performance issues before we open up Horizon to more users. For those of you who don't watch this show or have never really concerned yourself with Meta in any way, the Metaverse is their big multi-billion-dollar-a-year project to be the future of something. I still don't know what it is, and yet somehow is fully armed and operational with 300,000 test users on the platform now. However, I don't think they've got a lot of good to say. Since launching last year, we have seen that the core thesis of Horizon Worlds, a synchronous social network where creators can build engaging worlds, is strong, Shaw wrote in a memo last month. But currently, feedback from our creators, users, playtesters, and many of us on the team is that the aggregate weight of paper cuts, stability issues, and bugs is making it too hard for our community to experience the magic of Horizon. Simply put, for an experience to become delightful and retentive, it must first be usable and well-crafted. What? Shocking! Jokes aside, is the takeaway here that the Metaverse is so dysfunctional that it's not even worth being on long enough to be bored by whatever the hell the Metaverse is? But that all makes sense when you realize that the people making it don't even like it. For many of us, we don't spend that much time in Horizon, and our dog-fooding dashboards show this pretty clearly. Shaw wrote to employees on September 15th. Why is that? Why don't we love the product we've built so much that we use it all the time? The simple truth is, if we don't love it, how can we expect our users to love it? So you're probably wondering, did anything change after this memo? No. In fact, another was sent on the 30th of September where Shaw said employees still weren't using Horizon enough, writing that a plan was being made to hold managers accountable for having their teams use Horizon at least once a week. Everyone in this organization should make it their mission to fall in love with Horizon Worlds. You can't do that without using it. Get in there, organize times to do it with your colleagues or friends in both internal builds, but also the public builds so you can interact with our community. But again, if your employees making the product don't want to interact with the product, it might be, in fact, a bad product. And that completely tracks with the idea that I still don't know what Metaverse is. I'm sure y'all still don't know what Metaverse is. Most journalists don't know what it is. Most tech people don't know what it is. It's just, is this amorphous idea that Mark Zuckerberg had? And here we are. According to the New York Times, which I just got through Kotaku because the New York Times is behind a paywall, barf. Anyway, the Times reported that since then, more infighting has been reported at Meta regarding Horizon Worlds. Speaking to more than a dozen current and former employees, the New York Times reports that much of the frustration in the current development is due to the whim of Zuckerberg, saying his priorities regularly change, leading to high turnover and frequent shuffling of employees. The Times also reports that John Carmack, id Software co-founder and current consulting CTO at Reality Labs, formerly Oculus, has objected to Mr. Zuckerberg's approach to the Metaverse, saying on a podcast in August that the amount of money lost last year on Metaverse projects, $10 billion, made him sick to my stomach. He also, according to the New York Times, posted on internal message boards complaining about how the various Quest headsets insist on software updates before being possible to use. Carmack apparently wants the company to focus on user experience, while Meta's chief technology officer, Andrew Bosworth, wants to focus on business opportunities. And there is the problem, and of course the thing we all deep down knew. It's never about us. It's never about the user experience. It's all about making money. And that is a huge issue in the games industry at the moment. But the Meta train keeps on rolling, and they keep on wasting billions of dollars on a terrible idea. So instead of worrying about bad ideas, let's talk good ideas with some of this week's releases. Tomorrow, Asterigos, Curse of the Stars, Dodge rolls its way into your life. Play as Hilda, the red-headed goddess who may or may not have stole my heart, who embarks on a journey to a cursed city in order to save her lost father. With gameplay elements clearly inspired by the roguelike genre, it's action RPG goodness with several weapons you can mess around with and play with and find your style. It's a ton of fun to play when I tried it out last week. It's definitely a game I plan on checking out on release. Then on the 14th, Scorn. The atmospheric HR Giger-inspired horror game comes to PC and Xbox. The zero dialogue first-person adventure takes you to a world that is nothing like you've ever seen, lost and alone with all sorts of weird and uncomfortable things. And sure, it's got the usual scary game bits, but the big deal this time, at least to me, is trying to figure out what the hell's going on. It's just being dropped into a world and having to comprehend the sights as they are presented to you, and I think it's going to be pretty wild. Speaking of wild, I made it through this video with my voice intact. Barely. Also, go check out Cox Clips, youtube.com/Cox Clips. If you want to see some of the crazy stuff I've been doing this past week, I got to play a game on Friday called Potionomics. Not even gonna lie. Didn't know what to expect. Had no idea what it was. I thought, oh, this is one of those like store simulator things where you make potions and you put them on the shelves and you try to sell them. It's so much more than that. It's like a card game. It's a dating sim. The art style is fantastic. It comes out like next week. I'm super hyped for it. If you want to check it out, I think that video should be up over the next few days over on Cox Clips. It's just the demo, but it gives you just enough of a taste, and it was awesome. So yeah, that was good too. Hopefully as good as this. And I'll see y'all tomorrow for another episode of 5 Minute Gaming News.